ARKG.
Arkansas Early Learning is a nonprofit organization.
KLEK LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Community Conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
Good morning to everyone out there. It is Thursday, May 18, and it's kind of a dreary day. Hopefully the rain holds off until everyone gets home and gets settled in. Okay, so today I'm your host for Community Conversations, Quabila Harden, and my very special guest is Mrs. Pacelia Aboagye. Yay! I got it. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us on today.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so let me make sure. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Go again.
Okay, you got me.
Make sure your mic is okay. Mics are on. All right, so today we're going to be talking about the 2017 Health Conference that's coming up on Saturday, May 20th at the Deliverance Family Worship Center.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so let's talk about, well, you were here before once in a different aspect, but let's talk about who you are and where you work and what you do, and then we'll get into how you became involved with the health conference, how the conference came about, and what people can expect.
Okay. Well, my name is Pacelia Aboagye. I live here in Jonesboro. I'm a registered nurse. I've been working at St. Bernard's Medical Center for 16 years. So love health, love education. It's really was just been my calling for like a very long time. I love being active in the community. I always feel like constructive conversations can always lead to more knowledge and us just living overall healthier and wealthier and just gaining that knowledge and using that community base. I'm a nurse, but someone else may be really good at finances and getting together and just learning from each other.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what I love about, and that's one thing that I love about Jonesboro. I'm originally from Missouri,
Okay.
but I'm here because I went to school here, and the community just has treated me so well.
That's wonderful.
I love it. So, I've been here for almost 20 years now. I guess I can almost claim it as home.
Yes. Same here.
Yes. And how I got involved with the health fair. I'm at Deliverance Family Worship. They've been around since January 2000.
Okay.
This is actually their third health conference. This is my first one that I've been involved in. And it just came about because, when you talk about a person, you want to deal with the whole person.
Yes, ma'am.
Spiritually, physically, all of those type of things. So that's what we really want to bring. This is just knowledge and good stuff to learn about the whole person.
Okay. I don't know if you mentioned before, what type of nurse? And I know it doesn't really matter sometimes because a nurse does everything in the hospital. You may be assigned to ER or pediatrics or wherever, but if there's a need somewhere, they're gonna can you come help us out here? But what is your title or?
Okay. Well, I've been there for a long time, so I've worked in a lot of different roles.
Okay.
My title currently is nurse recruiter. I recruit the nurses from the colleges. I go out and talk to young people in hospitals, trying to get them interested in the medical field, whether it be nursing, if they want to be a doctor, physical therapist, occupational therapy. So my thing right now is just really getting out there and letting people know that it's a wonderful profession to get into.
Okay.
It's a lot of opportunity. So at this moment, I'm out there recruiting. I'm
Okay.
trying to just get all the young minds to be in medicine and then to come to St. Bernard's and work. So that's the ultimate goal. But before that, I was a medical surgical nurse. I was a telemetry nurse. I was a cardiothoracic step-down unit nurse and manager. So honestly, when it comes to heart, lungs, those type of things, that's what I really love. Those are the people that I love to work with. Those are my type of patients. So.
And the thing about it, we need our heart and lungs. Not that we don't need anything, but those keep us functioning.
Yes.
Along with the brain, of course. But
yes,
anyway.
yes. It all just works together, and it amazes me, to see patients who are not doing so well, and then see them transform through medicine, through them working together with the physicians, and it's wonderful.
And then at different conferences that you all have, people can learn more about how to take better care of themselves. Even people that think they are in good health. And I've had this conversation before with another health professional. Just because someone is a certain weight or size doesn't mean they're always healthy. There could be some underlying issues going on.
Right. Yes, ma'am. Most definitely.
So we would love to encourage everyone, no matter who you are, what age range, what ethnicity, whoever you are,
Yes.
no matter what gender, please go out to this health conference because there's something for everybody.
Yes.
And so on the flyer, which you can see posted on the KLEK Instagram and Facebook page, it says it's free to the public, and they'll be doing blood pressure screenings, diabetes, BMI, which is your body mass index, weight, and HIV testing. And I know that from speaking with someone from NARIN that HIV testing, well, I hate to say testing, the HIV testing, or just to see if you have a trace or, sorry, I don't know the terminology. Help me out here, please.
Yeah, screening.
Screening. Thank you so much. The technology for that has really increased and has made it a lot better for people to get the results they need to take the next steps that they need.
And knowing your status is so important.
Yes,
you know, I feel like so many times in the community and just with people in general, we think what we don't know won't hurt us, but that is so wrong. We need to know and be proactive in our health and taking care of our health and issues like that. So I know sometimes fear keeps people from doing a lot of things. The one thing about this conference is you're going to be in an environment that's going to be like a welcoming environment. We have volunteers that's going to greet you when you come in. Many times when people go to the doctor, they get that white coat syndrome, and they just automatically feel like, I'm nervous, my blood pressure shoots up. We don't want that at our conference. You're going to come in, we're going to treat you like family, and we want you to talk openly and honestly. And if you have a question, we're going to have nurse practitioners, nurses, physicians. We're going to have those people there to answer your questions. Not only is it like a down-to-earth, welcoming coming in, but we also have that knowledge, and we're not going to come down on you. It's not a school session. It's a let's get together and figure this out. Everybody, diabetes for one person is different than diabetes from another person.
And I am learning that there's different types, and based on what your body does, your pancreas does, and how your body processes. I mean, there's so many aspects to diabetes. And I know that St. Bernard's recently partnered with someone to host some classes, and I was really trying to get other people, to go, because I think that education is very, very important. Some people think, okay, well, I can eat normally, or if I just cut down on this, but no, it's a matter of the combination of foods based on the sugars and proteins and
carbs and all that sort of thing.
And the food is how your body processes the combination versus the individual food items. That's a complex thing within itself. Okay, so with blood pressure, people don't understand. And again, I'm learning more and more about these things. My mother, grandmother, and father had different issues. So I know people may look at me and think I'm just a walking time bomb, but I'm very blessed that I don't have to take any medication for various things. So that's why I'm trying to get my life on track so that I don't fall into the statistics and become my mother and grandmother. People don't understand with blood pressure how much work it puts on your heart and the rest of your body. So getting that under control is major.
Yes. I like to tell people, and the thing about these conferences and the things about the classes that they have at St. Bernard's, many people are afraid to come because they think, I won't understand. But that's what we do. We break it down to where you will understand. So I encourage everyone to come out, get this information, and we're going to have breakout sessions. If it's something you just really didn't get, walk up to me if nobody else and say, explain that to me, and I will. I promise you I will break it down.
All right. You tuned into Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. If you have any questions or comments for Mrs. Pacelia, please give us a call at 870-277-1080, and we'll do our best to answer your question on the air. And if it's something more personal, we can address it off the air. We'll make arrangements for you to get with Pacelia at a later time. And if she can't answer, she can direct you to who you need to be, who you need to talk to. We're also streaming live on Facebook and YouTube, so thank you for those that are watching, and I can't see who it is right now, but thank you for those who are watching. Drop some comments and let me know who you are. So, okay. So, what you said, this is the third. This will be the third year for the conference at Deliverance Family Worship Center. What spearheaded them? How did they get the vision, or how did this all come to be 3 years ago?
Well, and it's been sporadic through the past maybe 7 years that they've had this conference. And like with anything, it always starts small, and then it kind of grows. And I feel like we're at a place now that it's time. This need has always been in the community. We're blessed in Jonesboro that we have many different organizations that give a lot back to the community.
Yes,
you have St. Bernard's, you have Our Care, you have these places that do try to get this information out to you, and that's great. But the one thing about Jonesboro also is that some people don't have the means to get to those locations.
Yes, ma'am.
The one thing about having it at Deliverance Family Worship, which is on 406 Scott Street, it's in a neighborhood that, if you can't, you can walk on right on down to it.
Yes.
It's one of those things where we want it accessible by having it at different points in the community, in the city of Jonesboro. So there may be things at the Convocation Center. There may be things at, ASU. Or we're going to bring it right on off of Johnson. And we're going to bring an event there for people. All people in the community are encouraged to come out, but we also want to be sure that no one feels left out, especially for inability to make it to a big event.
One thing that would really help, and fingers crossed that the city of Jonesboro can get this worked out, hopefully before the end of the year. Getting the jet system to run on Saturdays, that would be really helpful to get people to these various events, because Saturday is more suitable for the people that are working the events. So
definitely some opportunities there. I remember when there wasn't a jet system, and that was weird to me, coming from the cities that I've come from before and being a college student when I transferred to ASU, and I thought, where's the bus? Where's the green line, the red line? I'm used to, and we didn't have that. So that was a blessing to our community, and to expand those services to the weekend would be amazing.
Yes, ma'am. And I think also having outlets for individuals increases their health as well. I know we're talking about, blood pressure, diabetes, and things of that nature, but giving people other opportunities to get out and about and engage with other individuals, that increases their mental health, their spiritual health. It just gets them out of their house, gets them out of that little small space, and gets them out in the public. Some people have to take baby steps, but it increases their overall health. And like you said, you want to take care of the whole body, the whole person, head
and
to
want
toe.
you to feel comfortable. It's like you're going to be coming in, and we don't want you to feel like I'm going to the hospital.
Okay.
No, you're coming in, and we're going to welcome you, and it's going to be okay. So definitely come on out.
All right. So what are some other things that people can expect? Whether it be refreshments or entertainment, food, music of some kind?
Well, we definitely are going to have some healthy snacks.
Okay.
So we'll be talking about some nutrition in that area.
Okay.
We got some free giveaways to give to people. That's always nice. So you can take something home with you. We also have a speaker for this health conference.
Okay.
That's Dr. Yolanda Harrison. She's a very dynamic person. I know her personally. Very active in healthy eating and healthy lifestyles. She works out a lot. She's just one of those kind of people that you want to be like her because you're around her. And she's down to earth. She practices with NEA Baptist. She's working in a clinic out in Osceola, and I am so excited to hear her speak because, like I said once before, we're not going to get up there and talk about a lot of isms and long words that you can't pronounce. We're going to talk like you can understand. We're going to break it down for you, and I could not think of a better physician to do that than Dr. Harrison. So I'm very excited to have her there, and she's going to be giving us a discussion over just overall health, healthy eating, exercising, hypertension. I don't want to give it all away, but she calls it the big three. So come on out and hear Dr. Harrison talk about the big three, and I think you're really going to enjoy her. She's wonderful.
All right, and this health conference is, and the title or the theme is Learning to Live Well, Choose You.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how did they come up with this title?
Well, it was very important for people to stop sometimes in our daily lives and realize the importance of you. Many times in today's society, people are busy, we're running, we're taking care of everyone else, but many times we don't take care of ourselves. And so this is the time to say, whatever I give to my family, whatever I give to my occupation or my community, if I'm not healthy and I'm not here, they're going to miss that. So this is a moment for the individual to choose this time for them and to say, I'm going to make myself better for all those people that I love, all those organizations that I love, all those things that I do. So the choose you was really just, coming back to being sure that you're at your most optimal health so that you can do all the work that you need to do.
And then one thing I was thinking about, with May being Mental Health Awareness Month, along with a variety of other health and social issues. Okay, when you have a particular disease, disorder, condition, it can play on your mental health. And then one thing we see in the African American community, we don't like to go to the doctor. We don't like to get help. We like to think everything's okay. We're okay. Nothing's wrong. And then you get the snowball effect, and then it just grows into an avalanche. It's like, okay, then it gets to the point where now you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
And at the point that you have to deal with it, you may be almost at the point of no return of, getting back to some type of quality life that you had before. So we as individuals, as a race, and not just African Americans, there are a lot of other people, but I can say this because I am African American, so this is what I see every day. People not taking care of themselves properly, and then they get to a point they're tired of being in pain, they're tired of taking medications, and then it plays on their mental health as well. And
you said it right, avalanche. Yeah, it's just like a snowball effect.
So we need to start helping when we recognize these signs, symptoms in our friends and family. We that have the knowledge need to step in and try to help them in some shape, form, or fashion.
Yeah, and that whole learning to live well, so many times in our society there's a pill for everything. And many of us are living sick and thinking that's normalcy, and it's not. We want you to learn to live well. We don't want to catch you when you're in your hypertensive state or when you're already that diabetic. If you're pre-hypertensive or pre-diabetic, that's when we want to catch you. That's when we can make changes so you don't get to that point where you're damaging your body. So many times I think we teach people if you're sick and you do go to the doctor, get on some medicine, but we want to really let people that you can live well, and we want you to feel that empowerment to not make it to that I'm sick stage.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I've had a lady here that is I call her fitness guru, but she believes in and practices more holistic ways of taking medicine. I don't want to say medicine, natural, herbal things that she supplements, I guess you say, that she uses, and she has seen tremendous changes with herself and her clients. Her goal is to get people off of, so many medications. I personally, like I said, I'm trying not to get on any medication, but at the same time, I'm trying to take care of myself in the most natural way possible. And then there are people, how do you deal with people that say, I can't afford this, or what about, they have everything negative to say without trying to receive what you're saying. How do you deal with those type of people?
Well, ultimately, there's probably something underlying why they feel that type of way. So really, it's going to take consistency. Consistency in talking with them. When you talk about affordability, many times if you just talk to your healthcare professionals, there are programs out there that can help you pay for your medicines. And there may be an issue where there's a medicine out there that works just the same, but it's cheaper. So if there's an issue where your medicines are too expensive, just have that open and honest conversation. Be transparent. Some people may be embarrassed, but I'm not. If my doctor writes me a prescription and it's something expensive, I was like, oh, is there anything that works that's comparable.
Okay.
So you just have to ask those questions. I tell people all the time, never be afraid to ask.
Okay.
And those people who I like to call them sometimes just stubborn. My father was very stubborn, and he knew what was best. And it sometimes takes that consistency, that talking to them, and when they gather that trust from you, they're more likely to listen to you.
Okay.
So.
Alright, so I have some more questions when we come back. We're going to take a break here shortly, so I don't want you to get in the middle of talking and answering questions. But questions will be concerning around prescriptions, where the people will have the opportunity to bring what they have or a list of what they have. And maybe one of the professionals can tell them if there's some interactions going on. Maybe they need to have another conversation with their doctors about, can we switch up or eliminate or whatever the case may be. So we'll talk more about that when we come back. You're tuned into Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, and we're speaking with Mrs. Pacelia Aboagye from St. Bernard's, and we'll be right back to continue talking about the 2017 Health Conference, Learning to Live Well.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
Is the greater part of your day spent trying to please your children? I'm Mark Merrill with today's Family Minute. Unfortunately, our culture constantly tells our children they need more and more. And most of the time, that more has to come from us. As parents, we like to make our children happy. But recent research cited in the Wall Street Journal says our children would be much happier if we didn't give them everything they wanted. So here are a few ways to give your children less. Instead of just feeding your children, have them help with the cooking as they get older. Instead of just buying them things they want, give them work around the house so they can earn money to buy those things. For more ways to give your kids less, check out my blog at markmerrill.com. Remember, your family first.
Family Minute is made possible by the Kappa Nu Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, a nonprofit organization committed to service to all mankind. Kappa Nu Omega Alpha Kappa Alpha on Facebook and KNOMEGA1908.com.
Starks Auto Plaza, your pre-owned superstore, is a longtime supporter of KLEK. 2829 Red Wolf Boulevard, Starks offers clean, reliable vehicles of all makes and models. Starks also offers no-hassle pricing, friendly service, financing options with approved credit. At Starks, you're always family, and our motto is, we never say no. 870-203-9980. StarksAutoPlaza.com.
When a woman gives her all to a boyfriend, she is hopeful about the future. Marriage was in her future plans until she received some shocking news. Now with her dreams shattered and life altered, she has to pick up the pieces and move forward. It was in this experience that she realized that love has no protection. KLEK 102.5 and Massey Production presents the inspirational gospel stage play, Love Has No Protection, a story that would inspire you, renew, and reaffirm your faith. Featuring performers from all over Arkansas, Texas, and Louisiana. One big show, 7 p.m. Saturday, June 24th at the Arkansas State University Student Union Auditorium. Tickets are $10 in advance, $15 at the door, and can be purchased at KLEK, Cool Cuts, and online at www.klekfm.org or by calling 870-277-1080. Bring the entire family Saturday, June 24th to the Arkansas State University Student Union Auditorium to see Love Has No Protection, the inspirational gospel stage play, 7 p.m. This event is a KLEK fundraiser.
Just added a special 3 o'clock p.m. matinee show. That's right, now it's going to be 2 shows, 3 o'clock p.m. and 7 o'clock p.m. The hit gospel stage play, Love Has No Protection, coming to the ASU Student Union Auditorium June 24th. Don't miss it.
House of Details, located at 3217 Herb Street, Suite C, is a proud supporter of KLEK, offering detailing on any type of vehicle, waxing, clear coat protection, basic wash, hand wash, shampoo, interior cleaning, buffering, headlight restoration, pickup, delivery, and more. With a motto of, anything mean, we can clean. Details available via Quentin Bogard at 870-273-5187. House of Details on Facebook and houseofdetailsjonesboro.com.
Support for KLEK is brought to you by...
Hello, I'm Adrian Rogers, pastor of Fullness of Joy Church. A grand opening celebration. That's going to be May 17th through 19th and 21st. Services begin at 7:30 p.m. nightly and at 4 p.m. on Sunday. Our guests include Bishop Sidney Malone, Apostle Ricky Floyd, Pastor Earl Shannon, and my father, Bishop Charles Rogers. Fullness of Joy Church, 2120 Thorn Street. 7:30 p.m. each night and 4 p.m. on Sunday. We look forward to seeing you there. Experience the joy.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
All right, welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. My special guest today is Mrs. Pacelia Aboagye from St. Bernard's, and we're talking about the 2017 Health Conference, Learning to Live Well, that is going to be held at the Deliverance Family Worship Center at 406 Scott Street, and this will be Saturday, May 20th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And so it's free to the public. There will be lots and lots of educational information available. There will be a guest speaker, Dr. Yolanda Harrison, and just so much more. You know, we can't give away every single thing, but the flyer does list that they'll be discussing diabetes, blood pressure, BMI, weight, and HIV testing, just to name a few. All right, so before we went on break, I asked Ms. Pacelia, I was leading up to a question, basically. I want to know if people can possibly bring a list of their medications or bring their medications so that one of the nurses on site can tell them whether, okay, these medicines are interacting, or you need to talk to your doctor about reducing one, increasing another, or can you give some advice concerning prescriptions?
We can do it based off of nurse's knowledge. You know,
Okay.
there won't be a pharmacist there, but I'm glad you mentioned that because that's something we can add to our next one.
Okay.
Most definitely. But I would say if you have a list of your medicines and you have specific questions, bring those to us because we've given medicines, you know, all of our careers.
Okay.
So that is something that we can say. You tell us what you're experiencing. Maybe if you have something like, I just don't know why I feel this way and this is what I take. We may be able to let you know, well, if you're on a if you're on a blood pressure pill, and you're saying, but I'm always going to the bathroom, I may be able to look at that and see, well, it has hydrochlorothiazide. Yeah, you're going to go to the bathroom a lot. That's okay. You know, things like that we can definitely help with. I would suggest to bring in a list. Medications can be expensive, and it's going to be from 9 to 1. You're going to be going from room to room, getting your screenings done. I would hate for you to leave your medications. So I would definitely suggest if you have questions, write down the name, write down how much you're taking and how many times you take it a day. Have that list. And I say for anyone, you know, if you even are not the ones taking the medicines, if you have family members who are taking medicines, one thing as a nurse that we are always looking at is a up-to-date list of what people are taking at home. You wouldn't believe how many times we don't know what people are taking because they don't know. They'll say, you know, the little blue pill. A lot of little blue pills.
Oh my gosh.
So yes, if you had, especially for the elderly, if you have grandparents or older aunts or uncles, go visit them, look at their medicines and make them a complete list. Let them know where it's at so that way when they come into the doctor or they have to come into the hospital, they can say, this is an up-to-date list of what I take. So if you haven't done that, that's a very good point. You know, get that done. And if you have questions, bring that list in. But most importantly, know what you're taking, name, dosage, how many times a day, and keep that list updated. Do it for yourself or do it for your loved ones.
Okay. Then maybe this could be something you all could talk about next year as well. You know, some people, especially some elderly people, they can't swallow. They like to crush up their meds. So maybe advise them, okay, this medicine does not need to be crushed because it's time release and you know, whatever the case may be. So it's something for maybe another time.
yes, that's definitely something that we can think about putting out there and incorporating in some of our discussions.
Okay.
Because you're right, some people put them all together and crush them and they wonder why they're not feeling better. Good point. point. Very good point.
Okay. Now, let's talk about BMI and weight. Some people get a little offensive. I'm fine. I don't need to lose weight, or, well, yeah, I know I need to lose a few pounds, but I'll do it. So people have these different attitudes and thoughts about weight. Mm-hmm. And then, I see the argument. I see something on Facebook, and then there's this argument. Well, all big people are not unhealthy. All skinny people are not healthy, and, just back and forth. Facebook arguing, like, okay, it's not that serious.
Yeah.
So, okay, try to help people understand what BMI is, how weight plays a role,
Yeah, and BMI is something that we look at a little bit more now, and the important thing to know, depending on your height in relation to your weight, that's what BMI looks at, height in relation to weight, and it's a measurement of the body fat that we have. Now, a little bit of body fat is needed. Okay. However, the excess is where we get into trouble. Okay. So with BMI, you may be 5'8", and weigh 120 pounds, and that may look really small, and you may not be very healthy, even though that you're skinny. Okay. So it's really something that we have to get away from how a person looks. Okay. Get away from what size of clothes they wear, and really get down to what are the numbers. It's like it's mathematical. So we have to say, what is your height, what is your weight, what is your BMI, and based off of that, this is how your body's working more at an optimal level. Okay. So many times we go off just a visual, and that can be dangerous. Okay. That can be dangerous. You may be in a size 2 and be not very healthy. Okay. And so you just have to look at it, and you have to look at it objectively, I believe, a little bit more so.
Now, can people, as you were talking about all of that, when it comes to, once you learn your BMI and you learn how your body's either working for you, against you, or can you suggest diet, and I hate to say diet, nutrition plans based on somebody's body, weight, shape, because everyone can't do the same exercises and target the same areas. Yes. It doesn't work for everybody. Some people can eat all plant-based diet, and it does wonders for them. Some people need that, some meats or some other things. So is there a way to help people understand how they need to eat for their body's shape, size, BMI, weight, things of that nature?
Well, and it's so individualized, because it's really going to depend. I'm personally not a proponent of diet. I feel like, everyone needs a good source of protein. Okay. People say protein, and then they'll think about, things that may be very fatty, and that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about lean protein. Okay. Proteins that work for you. Carbohydrates. A lot of people think the word carbohydrates is like the devil. And no, there are some very complex carbohydrates, sweet potatoes, whole wheat type of things that your body needs. And so any diet that eliminates fats. We have fats and fats that are good for us, that actually work for us. So I think the knowledge of just food in general, I don't think you should eliminate fats or eliminate carbs or eliminate protein. Just pick the right ones. It's kind of like eat this or eat that. And that's what, that general knowledge. Okay. Now, when you come to talk about people, like some people with diabetes, well, carbs are something that turn into sugar later on, and so they may have to restrict that a little bit more. So we will definitely give some general advice about eating healthy, but also you have to remember you're an individual. So whatever conditions you're working with, let us know those things, and always talk to your healthcare professionals because they can give you a more detailed based off of you. And I think sometimes, I tell people all the time, sometimes in our communities, if somebody has diabetes, they'll say, well, this helped me, and so somebody, well, I'm going to do what so-and-so did because it helped her. But that's not the thing. You can't, it's good to fellowship with everyone and talk about, our situations and things. However, what works for your mother may not work for you. Yes, ma'am. So everything is very, very individualized.
I noticed that cholesterol is not on the list, and that may be something a little harder to test for or do a screening for, but cholesterol is also very important to understand. We had a nurse from Arkansas State here once before. She talked a little bit about there's one cholesterol, you might have to help me out here. I don't know if it's the HDL or LDL, but one of them is hereditary in essence. It's not a lot you can do about it. There's one that based on who you are and the risk factors, you can control it to a certain level. So I think people need to understand and get those screenings.
Yes.
And testing to see, okay, where do I fall? Like you said, what are my numbers?
Yes.
On everything. I have a cousin who works in a lab in West Memphis, and she's constantly on the rest of the family. Okay, you know, when last time you had blood work done? How often would you recommend someone getting blood work done just to get a full workup?
I would say at least a year.
Okay.
At least a year, check it out. You know, if you have a family history of something, or if you have a present condition, it may be more than that. But even if you think you're just fine, I would at least go to my doctor once a year and just get that overall check, get your base numbers, and go from there.
Okay. All right. Oh, goodness, sorry. You're tuned into Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We're talking about the 2017 Health Conference, Learning to Live Well, Choose You, going down at the Deliverance Family Worship Center on 406 Scott Street, Jonesboro, Arkansas, on Saturday, May 20th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And if you don't know where that is, it's located right off of Belt Street. Well, you can get to it from Belt Street. You go down Johnson, you can turn on Scott. It's easily accessible to those that live on that side of town. If you have to walk, it's in a neighborhood that's easily accessible. They have a lot of parking, so don't worry about parking for those of you who are driving, carpooling. And for those of you who really don't have anything to do, go out to this conference. Take a friend, take a family member. Like I said, carpool. You know, you never know what you will learn and what you would take away from the whole event. Yeah. And I'm sure you don't want to miss the special guest speaker, Dr. Yolanda Harrison. I can imagine all the information she has to share, and Miss Pacelia, of course, can't give it away. So you have to go to the conference to hear her. About what time will Dr. Yolanda be speaking?
I'm not for sure her exact time.
Okay.
I want to say it's going to be around that 10 o'clock hour possibly.
Okay.
But I don't want to misquote that because I didn't do the schedule.
Okay.
So let me not talk over the lady who did the schedule. She won't be going on at 9 o'clock, I can tell you that.
Okay.
However, we want to have that time where we can meet you, greet you, get you in, get you a name badge. So there will be some preliminary things before she starts.
All right, and as Ms. Pacelia mentioned earlier, there will be some giveaways and some healthy snacks. So go out and see what they have to offer. Give shout out to the sponsors, St. Bernard's Medical Center and ARCare. I actually am a patient of ARCare, and I love the staff and facility.
Yes.
Everyone is so nice and caring, and the nurse practitioners there. I have one in particular I love, so I'm not going to shout her because I don't want to make anybody else upset, but she really takes time to listen to you, and that's one thing I love about the professionals there. They sit with you. She probably sits with me sometimes longer than normal, and then she'll fuss at me like, okay, it's been over a year and a half since you've been here, where have you been? So those are the type of professionals you need in your life.
Yes.
Nurses and doctors and other health professionals. You need someone that says, it's been over a year. Where have you been?
Yes.
What's going on?
Yes.
And they sit with you, an extra 10 or 15 minutes and listen to you versus someone that just comes in and says, okay, what are your symptoms? Nurse write them this prescription and then they're gone. So
it's a relationship. It really is.
Yes,
that
ma'am.
Patient, physician, nurse practitioner. It's a relationship, and it needs to be a good one.
Yes, ma'am. All right, so
and I just want to say, ARCare did a lot of donations for all of the screenings. When I say they are really providing us with a lot of our screening materials.
Okay.
Amazing organization. We thank them so much. It probably couldn't have went on in the capacity that it is if it wasn't for ARCare and St. Bernard. So definitely want to tell them thank you. It's going to be a wonderful event for the community.
Okay. And so do you think that this event will they have another one this year, or this is just their annual for this particular church?
Well, it's still early in the year.
Okay.
So I want to say it probably will only be annual, but I never, we just don't know what the movement is going to be Saturday. We want a lot of people to show up, and if it is an overwhelming response, I'm sure that the staff and the people who coordinated this, if it's needed to do it again, I would be surprised if we didn't.
Okay.
So definitely annually, and then we'll just kind of see what the need is, and we want to present that to the community. We want to be of service to our community. So if it's needed to do more, I think we're up for that.
And okay, well, I want to put this out there for all of the civic organizations, public service groups. This is your opportunity to put an event together.
Yes.
Just like Deliverance put this event together, your organization can put an event together as well. It just takes a little bit of planning and getting some things in place and people in place, but it's doable.
Yes.
And we could never have enough. We could never have enough conferences, health screenings, because there are people on all sides of town. Like I said, so the people on the north side of town can get to the one over here.
Yes.
Or what if people that live on a different side of town,
west side,
don't have transportation? Yes. Someone can host one that's easily accessible to those individuals. We want Jonesboro, we want everyone, but we're kind of partial to Jonesboro, sorry. We want everyone to be healthy and happy and live the best life possible. Yes. And then going back to what you said earlier about choose you, we want people just to stop and take a moment and not get so caught up in the everyday hustle and bustle and focus on you. It's okay to focus on you.
It is so okay. You heard it here today. It is okay.
You're not being selfish. I know many, we're parents and many other parents and spouses, they feel like, I gotta take care of the kids, I gotta take care of the house, if I don't do it, it won't get done type of mentality. And no, sorry. Sometimes you have to let things fall where they may and take some you time.
Yes.
Because if you're not well, then you're not going to be able to do all those other things.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. And, going out there to other organizations, I'm really big on networking. I feel like you don't have to start from scratch. We've done some of this research, and we have some contacts that helped us. So definitely always look to partner with organizations. We can do things together. We can help you. We can partner with you. Different things like that. Like you said, we want to reach all of Jonesboro.
Yes,
and if we could do it more than once a year, I think that would be pretty awesome.
Okay. Now, can people submit proposals to St. Bernard's if they wanted to put on an event like this, but use your staff and supplies?
Well, you can definitely go to stbernardsinfo.com, and there's different websites where you can request speakers. There's also different websites where you can get information. So definitely that's a wealth of knowledge. Definitely go out there and visit the website and just look for those opportunities.
Okay. So that is stbernardsinfo.com. Yes. And just like you said, look around the webpage. I was able to find some information. I was looking for something on lupus. And there's a lot of times you can find PDF formatted information that you can save or print and read at a later time, something you can always have on hand. So I'm really appreciative of all that information. You can also get to know who all the physicians are at St. Bernard's, what their area of practice is, their area, or area specialty, sorry. You get to know the nurses and other staff members there. So if you have to call, you'll know exactly who you're asking for, what you're asking for. You'll be a little more informed going in.
Exactly. The one thing about our community is we're really blessed. St. Bernard's has many physicians doing many different types of discipline. We call it the Matthews Medical Mile. So many places that you can go. You don't have to go to Memphis. You don't have to go to Little Rock to see people who are very knowledgeable, who know what you need to take care of you. So that's a wonderful thing that we're blessed with here in Jonesboro. So take advantage of it.
That's right. I can't put a plug in, but for the healthcare facility, I love that place. I had the opportunity to be a member there once before, and looking forward to joining again. these services, and even since I was first a member, they have expanded a lot of their services just in that building alone. They've added more offices and more. I'm like, wow, it's so much going on. Then they have a nice little cafe that offers quality, healthy, affordable lunch.
Yes, and affordable is big. Yes.
So please consider going out. Check out all the facilities. I'm loving how, seminars, and not to not talk about the other hospital, but
Dr. Harrison, she's from Indiana.
But I've been a patient at St. Bernard's more than the others, so I can speak on this. So I love the service. The doctors and nurses that I've come in contact with, I really appreciate them for being there and being compassionate for the patients.
Most definitely. All about the community.
So do you see any more expansion with St. Bernard's, either down Matthews or any other?
Oh, we are always looking for opportunities to expand here in Jonesboro as well as in our surrounding areas.
Okay.
You talk about West Memphis. You talk about, going out into some of these areas where they just don't have access. When I say we are truly blessed here in Jonesboro, we are truly blessed. I talked to some people who live a little bit further out and how far they have to travel for basic services. It's unbelievable. So we are also trying to reach out. We recently opened a dialysis center in Osceola, which was a huge need. So we're out there for the community. When we see a need, we want to address that.
Okay. All right. You tuned in to Community Conversations, and we're going to take another quick break. So please stay tuned and don't go anywhere. If you have any questions, give us a call, 870-277-1080. And we'll be right back.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
We're back with Money Matters. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. Our Think Wealthy quote of the week comes from Al Colbert, co-founder of Colbert Ball Tax Services in Bessemer, Alabama.
It's very important to save first and put that as a top priority, and to be very disciplined with it, to keep it consistent, or to adjust it to where your business is. You also need to understand how your business works and save based on that business, and kind of roundabout number, at least 10 to 20% or so you should be going with savings of what you can produce in your business, I think, on it.
Running a business is not just about making money and spending money, it's also about saving money. This is especially important financial advice for business owners who must plan for the ups and downs of cash flows inherent in running many businesses. Having savings in reserve is crucial to surviving when your business hits a rough patch. For more information or for past shows, go to AURN.com. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. for Money Matters, a product of American Urban Radio Networks.
Money Matters is made possible by the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, a nonprofit organization dedicated to uncompromising commitment to communities, service, leadership, empowerment. www.jonesboroalumnidst.org.
Money Matters is brought to you by Bancorp South, offering checking, savings, loans, credit cards, and wealth management. 5 locations in Jonesboro to serve you. www.bancorpsouth.com or 870-972-9800.
Arkansas Early Learning offers child care activities and educational programs to children ages 0 to 5. That gives them a head start in life. Arkansas Early Learning is in the community at no cost. Applications at arearlylearning.org. That's arearlylearning.org or on Facebook at Arkansas Early Learning.
Arkansas Early Learning is a nonprofit organization.
KLEK is starting a new fundraiser which will allow listeners to donate to KLEK while buying groceries. KLEK is a part of the Kroger Community Rewards fundraising program. When shoppers visit a participating Kroger and scan his or her Kroger Plus Shoppers card, a portion of the savings goes back to KLEK to help keep it on the air. Details on how to sign up for the program are available at KrogerCommunityRewards.com and at KLEKFM.org. This is a KLEK fundraiser.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
All right, welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, and we're speaking with Mrs. Pacelia Aboagye from St. Bernard. Bernard. She's a nurse recruiter from St. Bernard's. Even though she's worked in some of every other area, I can't thank you enough for coming on to talk about this health conference that is coming up, and we're going to keep plugging the date and time. Saturday, May 20th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 406 Scott Street, which is Deliverance Family Worship Center here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. So please make plans to come on out and bring the whole family. And I didn't ask this before, will there be information for kids? Or is more focused toward the adults?
It's more focused toward the adults.
Okay.
Yeah, it really is this go round. And it's just those basics, know your blood pressure, know your diabetes, know if you're pre-diabetic, if you're diabetic. And if you have questions, we want you to bring those, Okay. It's not just for those who are already sick. It's also for you to get that general knowledge. I say, when you know better, you do better. That's right. But you can also teach in a better capacity.
Yes, ma'am.
So you may not be worried at all. You may go to the doctor every year and they tell you you're fine and you walk out and that's okay. Yes. However, you may know somebody who's not, and come get this information so that you can share it.
Okay. And this is maybe something that may be addressed at the conference, but some people think, okay, I'm fine now, but stress levels in my life cause my blood pressure to go up, and then maybe if I just de-stress, that will take my blood pressure down. But some people find that once they have an issue with their blood pressure once or twice, then it's usually a consistent thing. So maybe someone address, okay, if you notice your blood pressure is consistently high, there could be some other issue going on.
And sometimes it's just strictly family history. I know people who eat right. I'm going to say attempt, because we all attempt. None of us are perfect, and that's important for people to know too. We all attempt, but we attempt to eat right. People who exercise regularly and they still have problems with their blood pressure, sometimes that familial history is so strong. So don't beat yourself up. Just know that there's things out there that can help you. And like I said before, knowing your numbers. Know your numbers, accept it, treat it, be healthy.
Okay.
Know them.
Alrighty, so, and again, some things to look forward to at the conference is blood pressure screening, diabetes screening, BMI, weight, and HIV testing. Now, we talked earlier, you mentioned earlier about some people feel like what you don't know won't kill you, but actually what you don't know can kill you.
Yes.
So, with the HIV testing, and I know this is a church, so this topic may not come up, but practicing safer sex, and I know most of us are living in a world where we would love to see everyone abstinent until marriage and things of that nature, but unfortunately that is not the case. We live in the real world, and many people are not abstinent. Some people are a little too... They indulge in risky behaviors, unfortunately, and you can't look at someone and tell them they have anything. So you have to be very, very careful.
Yeah, and I think the one thing that some people look at, how do I want to say it? Some people look at church as, if you're not right, we look at you like you're not, but none of us really are right, Kabila. So, it's like we want you to come in and I'm getting away from the health conference. The health conference truly is health conference. Yes. But when we talk about church, we want you to come as you are, because we really feel like once you get that word, and now I'm getting a little bit more into the church, I'm getting right off of it, but we feel like that's the change factor.
Okay.
So a lot of people think I'm not right. Don't wait till you're right to come to church. So definitely we understand that there's some risky behaviors out there, but we want you to know your status. That's important. So definitely I'm gonna get on back on the health conference. Come out, know your status, know your numbers. Yes. Because I like I said, what you don't know really can hurt you, and it can hurt others.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
and as mentioned before, we can't stress enough when it comes to blood pressure and diabetes. Your body works harder when you have these conditions. So learning how to manage them can be the key to how to live in a quality life, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
You have to learn how to eat properly for your body when it comes to your BMI and your weight. How to I'm sorry. I'm trying not to get too preachy here, and I'm not perfect by any means.
No.
You know, people probably look at me and say, what does she know? And how dare she talk about this, that, and whatever? Well, it's because I wasn't proactive enough in my life. Now I'm trying to be more proactive and take a stance against my health. And so anything that I learned, I'm willing to share with anyone.
Yes.
So I'm learning how to eat right for my body type, for my, health, and what I need to do to get myself back on track. So anything that I can do to help anyone else, I'm willing. But I'm not going to preach at anybody and
No.
grab me.
One thing I want to say too is a lot of times because we feel fine, we think we are fine.
Yes.
And our bodies are wonderful, wonderful creations. It tries to take care of itself the best that it can. So you may be in a critical state and your body's working overtime to keep you at a functioning level. And so we feel in our minds, oh, I feel fine, so I am fine, and your body's really screaming out,
Yes.
I'm overworking to try to help you feel this way. So that's why those yearly doctor visits, regardless of how we feel, are so important.
That's right. Alrighty, so thank you so much for joining us today. And if you have any questions or comments, you can still leave us a message after the live stream, and we'll pass it on to Mrs. Pacelia. Or you can reach out to any professional out at St. Bernard's or our care, any health professional office. Go get your checkups. We cannot stress that enough. Get your blood work done, and have the doctor or health professional explain those numbers to you and what they mean for you and what you need to do to start getting better numbers. If you are on medications, talk to your doctor and make sure that one is not interacting with another and they're giving you the best thing for you. If you're at a point where you want to get off of so many medications, still talk to your doctor and find out what are the best natural things for you to do. You can't just stop taking stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna get on my soapbox today, but I just want to see everybody healthy and happy and living a long and prosperous life, living a long, healthy life versus a long, sick life.
Yes. So come out Saturday, 9 to 1, Deliverance Friendly Worship Center. We want to see you there.
Alrighty. And so thank you so much for tuning in to Community Conversation. This has been a really great week. I know it's only Thursday. It feels almost like it is almost the end of the week. Tomorrow is Friday. I want to say congratulations again to all the graduates of 2017, to kindergarten or Head Start all the way up to college.
Yes.
All right, and for those of you that have just graduated high school, life begins now. All right, and good luck to everyone out there, and I hope you really have a blessed day. I've enjoyed speaking with you today. I know we've gone around the way on some topics, but we got back on track. So don't forget again, May 20th, this Saturday, 9 o'clock a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m., Deliverance Family Worship Center, 2017 Health Conference, Learning to Live Well, Choose You. Special guest speaker will be Dr. Yolanda Harrison from NEA. So thank you for tuning in. I hope everyone has a very blessed day.